Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Geoguessr. We're doing Coastal World today. It's a map by mapper 3-minute time limit, and I believe we are in Japan. It feels like low camera, although I'm really bad at recognizing low camera, like always. But this right here does feel pretty Japanese. We do have a look at language, and we'll just keep on trucking. The water was to our east. Was that really going to be helpful? Maybe. Our main goal at this point is, what do you know? Find a fucking phone number. And hopefully it's not 012, because that can be confusing. Left-hand side, so we definitely confirmed Japan. Yellow license plates, just another key. But is that really going to be all we find? I really hope not. If we find a guitar pick road, we can try and find it. Faster traffic, stay on the right, I guess? I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to the sign. We're on guitar pick 9. That's actually pretty helpful. Here's 7. Here's 18, 51, 4, 27, 54, 56, 3, and 10. We want 9. And it makes sense to me that they be near each other. So here's 9. My only concern is we were on the eastern coast. So where does 9 go that it rubs up against the eastern coast? It does go pretty far north. I feel like this is still... Does it turn into? It turns into 187. So then let's follow 187. And that kind of goes up here. And then it turns into 9 again. Which then turns into here. And it still goes. Alright, so we're looking for eastern coast along guitar pick 9. This is all the western coast, so that could be a big fucking problem. But it does look like it kind of follows the western coast. So, where does it switch on over to the eastern coast? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the compass is wrong. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe it's a little bit of everything. Over here. Okay, we do have a little bit of like an eastern coast here. Not a lot, but enough. We do have some eastern here as well. And it kind of drops down. Does it turn into anything here? No, it looks like it ends here. Nope, it goes over here to 29. And that's where it stops. Well, we're out of time. So let's hope that over here works. Maybe it's up here. And actually not a bad guess. We end up being 10 miles off. We're by Narishi Beach. Which not as east as I probably would want it. Tourists probably guessed one of the better spots because we were thinking of guessing on this right here. But overall, not a bad guess, but not a great guess. And the 9 really does help us. Greek. I'm pretty confident that's Greek. So, Greece, water to the south. Could be a variety of islands. Could be the mainland. We're going to see if we can't find something that looks like, I don't know, Sparta or Athens. But more Greek over here and here. We did see some English, so it could be a touristy spot. And if that's the case, there's a chance we might be able to see some English. Construction, engineering, and real estate office, not what we wanted to see. We kind of want to see like a town name. Or maybe even some tourists. I don't know. I feel like I need to go outside with like posters and be like, you are in New York. So next time the Google car comes, people could see it and be like, okay, like, found it, guys. I found out where we are. And maybe I'll just fuck around with people and change it and be like, you are in, I don't know, Greece or something weird. So then people can be like, oh guys, this is easy. And then they can complain about why there's a sign in the middle of the United States that says you're in Greece. But it doesn't look like we are finding any real good clue. Again, water to the south doesn't really help us. Could it be near Athens? Maybe. Could it be a multitude of islands? Yes. Could be over here. It could be any of these islands like Kefalonia and and all those Assassin's Creed islands. But as of right now, what are we going to do? Keep looking? We could try and find a town name, but is the town name really going to be that helpful? I don't think so. I hope it is, but it doesn't mean it will. Which sucks, you know? Like, the one thing that could actually help us, I think we struggle to find so often. And then even when we do find it, we don't find it on a map. We can find big cities, we can find capitals, but small towns in the middle of the countryside, good luck. Good luck. As we find pretty much the translations and everything else. So we are over by Aggala. No idea where to begin with that. Melionos, Tripest, Parparia, and Parama. Not familiar with any of those places. However, they're somewhere, and we could try and find them. I hope. I feel like it's got to be an island. For some reason, I'm leaning more towards Crete. It could be like the very touristy islands as well. The water was to our south. It was. I don't know. I've never heard of any of these, right? And it ends up being what I would call a Turkish island, but apparently it's a Greek island. This is Turkish right here, and this is Greek. That's what I know. That's Greek as well. I feel like Greece needs to give some of these islands to Turkey, like seriously. And to be honest, I didn't know that this island had coverage. So, it happens. Taurus now has the lead. Single white divider line. It's tough to tell if we are on the left or the right. We are on the left. Could it be Indonesia? Maybe. It's not the Philippines. It's not Cambodia. It could be Malaysia. It could be Indonesia. Single white divider line. Left-hand side. Palm trees. Water to our west. Coming across a dirt gravel road. So we got to go the other way. Not much we can do about it now. Hopefully we can find a flag, a language, a website. Obviously what we have right now isn't necessarily enough to tell between Indonesia and Malaysia. Unless, you know, something about that car was inherently Indonesian or Malaysian or something. There is pretty blurry language, although it looks like Salamat Datang, and it says welcome to. So I would probably lean more towards Indonesia. We do have telephone numbers, which doesn't help. We do have more signs, which Kupang Village, restaurant and catering. So restaurant and catering on the water. That's actually a pretty nice place. We do have flags coming up, although we know how great I am at flags. Industry. It reminds me a lot of Indonesia. However, that flag is neither Indonesia or Malaysia. Either of these. So I wonder what kind of flags these are. It looks like this is actually the flag of the restaurant. I don't know what these flags are, though. Not too familiar with them. They could be sun-bleached. Like, very sun-bleached. But then there's the flag of Malaysia. So, alrighty. Is it going to be the island of Borneo? Maybe. The water is to our west. We do see land out there, so maybe it's over here. Malacca. Maybe over by Penang, a little bit further north. And I hope that the Malaysian flag is actually in the right spot. You know, because it obviously could be Indonesia. So if we do find more Malaysian flags, that could be helpful. As we find two more, 1 and 2. And then 3. So 3, 4, it's Malaysia. Now it's just, where in Malaysia are we? I feel like it's probably, we are heading south. It could be down here on the coast. It could be up. We haven't found really a town name or a road number which would pinpoint us, which means either A, we missed it, or B, it doesn't exist. And it is Malaysia. Malaysia doesn't exactly have the greatest. This is Malaysia, Industri Astani, Pemborang. But again, we're out of time, even if this had the information we needed. And it actually ends up being the island of Borneo, to the north over by Couldnt. Kota Marudu. So the land we were seeing was in fact the other piece over here, and not Indonesia across the water. Well, shit. But it looks like we do have an extra 100 points over Taurus, so we only have to make up like 900. We knew it was coming. Beach. Tracking view on a beach. This is probably going to be the Pacific. It's got to be an island that has coverage in the Pacific. It's not Hawaii because the sand should be black if it was Hawaii. Volcanic rock. I think we've actually had islands like this before. And I think we've had this specific island before. I just don't actually remember it. So this means, A, if we get a good enough guess, we theoretically could come in first place. Because I don't think we're going to find a single clue here to tell us exactly what island this is. I do believe it's the Pacific. I do believe it's probably going to be in the middle of nowhere. Here's this guy's cooler. There's the guy's boat. I think I actually have an image like this on my map. And I honestly think it's out here. It could be, it's probably not Wake Island. Although, we are looking west, so we could be up here. Is there stuff to our south? Not really. Probably not Wake Island. Alright. It's not Micronesia, it's not Marshall, it's not any of these atolls. I don't think it's North Islands, but I could be wrong. It's definitely not inhabited, right? There's that. Which, does that help us? No, because there's a few islands up here that are covered as well. I know it's not Tuvalu. I know it's not American Samoa. I don't believe it's going to be anything that's like what we're thinking of. Maybe it could be Howland Island? No, because there's nothing else here. I think the same could be said for Baker Island. See, this is why, like, islands suck, right? Because, like, no matter how much we look, we're not going to find anything. I'm pretty sure it's not the Midway Atoll. Because this would be Seagull Island, and you'd see a shit ton of fucking seagulls. What about the Johnston Atoll? Probably not the Johnston Atoll either, although that does look like it's kind of like a smallish island. But that's not big enough there. We need to get a guess in, because we're about to run out of time. It's not Kiribati because that doesn't have coverage. It's not Jarvis. Should we just fucking do it? Maybe over here. That feels a little mountainous though. We're screwed. We are. I'll admit it, 100% we're screwed. Where do we go? Last second guesses. New? No, we're just gonna keep it here. And it ends up being south of India on islands that never existed before today. This is called the Chagos Archipelago. Taurus does go for the Cocos and does get a better guess than we had, but only 1,000 points. So, is anyone surprised? Maybe. We should have gone with the Maldives, to be honest, but I don't think I ever really consider any islands in the Indian Ocean as viable, so I'm not really too surprised. And then water, what appears to be to our north, although it looks like kind of like a river. That's a port city, that's a cargo ship. We should be able to find plenty of information. Yellow divided line, what appears to be on the left-hand side. Port Loop Bridge with then a crest. Is this going to be New Zealand? Mascot Finance. Mascot Finance House. Private parking. Mascot Finance. A lot of Mascot Finance. We don't have what appears to be EU style plates. So there goes the UK and Ireland. So it's Australia, New Zealand. There's the Dakota NZ. That says Timaru. So can we find a town called Timaru with water to our north? Not really too helpful. It does have to be a port city though. And Timaru might not actually be anything. Because High Street and then Timaru. Oh, Timaru. Okay. Return to start. We want street signs. We are on a curve, a pretty big curve. But I don't see any street signs anywhere. So let's go back this way, because we did find an intersection. Eventually. This says Church, Dunedin, and 1. So we are on 1. Pretty big curve right here near the water. But I think we're actually closer to here. Although, here, let's go this way and see if we can't find the intersection. Street names. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Can we get anything from a sign? There's another .co.nz for lease. Does it tell us a town or an address? Port Loop Road is to our east, which is this right here. Which maybe means we're down here. Or that's the road we're on. Here's a pretty big loop. Let's go back. What if we are in the loop right now? How did we get off of it? Does this make a circle? It does make a circle. Alright, I think, because this is right now north to south. So this is like right here. I think we're like right here. I think we are on Port Loop Road. Because then we definitely make a fucking circle. 100% make a circle. If we return to start, oh god, we fucked up. But we did the perfect score. We ended up being 33 yards off. It does end up being a little bit further to our west, but Taurus gets a little bit further to the east. So it honestly came down to if you can guess the correct island in the Indian Ocean. So Taurus should have only beat us by like 2,000 points. Yeah, so the high score is 7,600. 17,600, sorry. And then Tins in second at 16.7. Bo in third at 16.5. So obviously, islands are tough, and it looks like everyone kind of struggled. Because the 17.6 is not a very high average for any of these challenges we've played on this channel. Martin is in fourth at 16. We're not too far behind Martin. KXRT in sixth at 15.8. Cedric Tiger in seventh at 15.8. And then Scribbles in eighth at 15.7. So honestly, that Indian Ocean island kind of fucked everybody. So if you had a good guess on that island, you had a very good game. And it looks like Scribbles actually had a pretty good guess here as well. But that's actually not that bad. It's not. We had a chance. And we kind of screwed up. Just a little bit. We got 1 point. 1 point. Amazing. But we do have to do the Rural World Season 2. Our least favorite league that exists. But you know what? We're going to keep playing because it's halfway done. And we are in 30th place by 1 point. So hopefully we can still do well. Now we're not allowed to move in this. It's a no painting. Well, it's a no moving, but we are allowed to paint and zoom. Hopefully it's easy, although we all know how great I am at doing stuff like this. We're not going to spend the whole 5 minutes, but we are going to hate every minute of it. Yellow divider line. I think we've had this before, and for some reason I want to say it's the United States. I'm pretty sure that says 10. I don't think it's Canada. Sun's to the south. I don't think it's anywhere else. It's got to be the United States. Let's go out here. Although, could this be a weird Pennsylvania? Maybe. Maybe a weird Northeast. Or like a Michigan, Wisconsin. Let's take Wisconsin. And it ends up being West Virginia. Country roads, take me home. Nothing on the sides of the road. We do have wood burning, which maybe the guy should pull over and fix. It looks like we are on the left-hand side of the road, which is concerning, to say the least. And we do have what appears to be like a mountain range. No rifts in the sky, from what I can tell. I honestly don't know where to guess here. I probably would want to guess Bhutan. Right? But we don't have the concrete stuff on the sides. Does that mean we can't be in... there are some. Let's go Bhutan. Now this is rural, right? We're supposed to be in the middle of nowhere. And actually not a bad guess. 24 miles off. So we kind of just guess the middle of the country to try to get as much as we can. White divider line, whites on the sides, right hand side. We do have the roof rack. And we do have the mirrors. Is this Kazakhstan? It doesn't feel like Guatemala, and it doesn't feel like anywhere else in Africa. Not Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. Why do I keep fucking those two up? It ends up being 64 miles to our east. So again, not a bad guess. We have the white car, the back of the white car, what appears to be the left-hand side. Pretty tropical feel to it. Thailand, maybe? Maybe it could be like an Indonesia, Malaysia. Although the back of the white car without a cement road. We're on the left, though. Some weird telephone poles. It's definitely Southeast Asia, right? Like, it's definitely this general area. I just don't have anything. The sun appears to be kind of directly overhead. We have the tropical bushes. We have the telephone poles, and we have the back of the car. Fuck. What if it's Sri Lanka? But we don't have the front of the car. We have the back of the car. Unless that's the front of the car. We need to get a guess down. We would go probably Thailand. That's where I would go. I would go with Thailand. And it ends up actually being Indonesia to the south. Pretty far to the south. So, we suck. We have yellow license plates in the front. I don't really see this being the UK. I do see it being Denmark or the Netherlands. I don't think Denmark uses yellow license plates. Does Netherlands have very rural areas? I guess they do. Makes sense to me. The road, not necessarily helpful. We do have a sign over here. I wish we can go see it. The only thing we're going off of is a yellow license plate in the front, which isn't too helpful. I don't see anything else really on that. So we're really relying on a single license plate to confirm that we're here. And actually, we have a really good guess. 23 miles off. It ends up being a lot closer to the border of Germany. But overall, you know, this kind of sucks and this kind of sucks. But we were able to get Kyrgyzstan. We were able to get the Netherlands. We were able to get Bhutan. We got the United States correct. So 4 for 5 on countries. And 19,000 points in a rural world. That might be our fucking record for this league. Nils in first place, Topotic in second, Rollins in third, Simi in fourth, Lucimar in fifth, Alex in sixth, Geography in eighth, Radu in ninth. We're in 12th. We beat 90. We beat 90? What the fuck happened? Not getting a guess off in the Netherlands. Rip. Rip. Alrighty. Tins in 31st. Wolf Trekkers in 46th. Quakers in 60th. I'm a Ghost in 81st. Overall, I don't think it's that bad. But don't worry about having to use this to cheat. This is going to go up after this leg is over. But thank you all so much for joining me. I do hope you all enjoyed this wonderful day. We will have another video tomorrow. There shouldn't be... Actually, I think we have 3 tomorrow. There's not going to be anything planned for Sunday unless we do a Minecraft video, which we have to go kill the Wither. That's going to be fun. But until tomorrow, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And bye-bye.